Yo, when you first launch BeatThing Virtual, this is the screen you're gonna see. You can see 3 buttons: try, buy, and quit. If you click try, that's the full version for 14 days. So anything you do will save, and you can play with it and do all that while you're waiting on your activation. Now to activate, you're just gonna go over here and you're gonna click the buy button. Okay, so you just click the buy button, then you want to fill out your information, like put your name down, you know, your address, all that kind of good stuff, steady state, zip code, phone number, but really mostly what we need is your name and your email address. Then click next, and you're gonna have 2 more buttons up there: save license requests and read license requests. Save license requests is what you're trying to do, so you want to click that. All right, and it's gonna ask you where you want to put it. Put it somewhere where you know where it's at. It's gonna save a file, so it could be your documents. In this case, I'm gonna put it on my desktop. So just click desktop, and after I click desktop, I hit save. I'm gonna save that file, and you gotta make sure that don't click next. Make sure you click cancel after you do that. Click cancel, and then you're gonna pull up your email. After you pull up your email, you're gonna attach that file to your email and email it to virtual@beatcangs.com. That's virtual@beatcangs.com, and then they will send the activation back in a day or 2. Okay, so now when you're ready to get set up, if you're on a PC, then you need to watch this. If you're on a Mac, don't even worry about this. But if you're on a PC, you want to get a better audio driver, because the drivers that most computer PCs come with aren't very good. So this is a better one. It's called ASIO for All. So just go to ASIO4all.com, and that's also in the instructions that was sent to you. And you just click the English version. You're going to want to download that file and install it, then restart your computer, and then you'll be ready to go. So you have ASIO for All set up and installed. Restart your computer, then launch Virtual. If you're activated, then just launch it. If not, just hit try, and that's the full version. And you're gonna click the system button. Alright, this is how to set up all your audio and your MIDI controllers and anything else that you want to do. Everything controls from the system button. So here, I'm gonna run through it right quick so you can see everything that's in here. You got your input that you can select. That's like if your microphone input, or your input on your audio interface, or Soundflower if you're trying to sample YouTube, whatever. Wherever you want your input to come in for your sampler or your line through, this is where you're gonna select it. This is also how you set your input if you're trying to sample YouTube, but you gotta go get Soundflower. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so now this is my audio output on the second one, and this is like, so you want to set this one to built-in audio output on a Mac, or your audio interface, or you know, ASIO for All as well. If you know, if you just downloaded that and you're on a PC, you want to set audio output to ASIO for All unless you've got an audio interface. And then buffer size, that's just if you got a real slow computer, you want to raise the buffer so it'll perform better. If you got a real fast computer, you can set it down to 6432. In this case, I'm just gonna leave it at 128. It's not something that you necessarily have to mess with too much once you set it once. And then your MIDI input channel, you just click on that, and then that's how you can select Rolling Phantom or your pad controllers or whatever. If you're using like an MPC or a pad controller, transpose MIDI notes is what you want, and you want to set it to 36, and this will give you the drum sounds on those pads. If you're on a keyboard, turn that off. Like say if you got, you know, like a keyboard or a Phantom or something like that, turn that off. Only use that if you got a pad controller. And you get your MIDI output. This is if you want to control an external sound module or a keyboard or something like that. You can actually sequence an external sound module or a keyboard or Phantom or something like that with Virtual. Next, you got pitch bend. This sets your range of the pitch bend. So like say if I want a traditional whammy, I put it on 2. If I want like some crazy, really whacked out pitch effects, I put it on 12. I can set whether it's either for track or global. Track means it only affects the pitch of the track. Global means that you know, it pitches up and down the whole beat. And then I could set my PPQ, that's parts per quarter note. Most of the time, you're just gonna leave that on 96, and it give you that MPC style feel, that old school feel. Alright, so then I got user data path here. This is important. I'm gonna show this to you right quick. User data path, that's where you gonna store all your stuff. So you can change what folder that you store all your samples in and everything. So I just gonna scroll out here. I'm gonna create a new folder. I can name it whatever I want, and then I just choose that folder, from the user data path, and that's where all my stuff will be stored. You see, I click the kit button next or whatever, and then I go back out and I find that file, and I put all my samples in there, all my drum kits and patterns, everything is stored in that folder that I created, and I set it in user data path in system. See, there's all my stuff, all my exports go in the sample folder, all the samples that you take and that you make go in the sample folder if you ever want to drag them out. So that's all the system stuff and activation. Let's get all the boring stuff out of the way. That's pretty quick and painless though, less than 6 minutes, you know what I mean? If you ain't never made a beat before, it's cool. We're gonna show you the way. If you already make beats and you're doing your thing, then we got some other videos too, and more advanced stuff. But we're gonna walk people all the way up from the basics, all the way up to, doing craziness. So stay tuned for the next video. We're just gonna go over the features and then get y'all up and running on this thing so y'all can start making hits. Alright, that's the plan.